So I hope that sound wasn't too lame. I'm trying to be kind of playing around with this new StreamYard to record content for our course. I've been like, this is really weird making this update video and acting like it's the first time to talk to you as a group when I've recorded already probably like 20 hours of content. I know that some people, I wanted to make this, I got a couple messages from students from my past courses that were just kind of the same tone of just like that you're excited for the course, but like a little bit unsure of like what's going on and stuff. And I'm not really sure why they gave everyone like access to the site already, because like it's supposed to start on the 24th, and I kind of have this structured so that it's going to be a different kind of learning experience. And then I have my whole life's basically aimed at the 24th right now, because I'm kind of done with my other school related commitments, and it's like I'm really focusing on this course, and I've been recording some really interesting, I hope that you're going to find some really deep and interesting stuff, and really going to kind of go to a different level with this. And I think I'm really interested, and I have to get back to a bunch of especially some of the new people, and just new meaning that I haven't taught you before, sent me some really nice emails, and I have flagged all of them, put them into a folder, and I'm gonna, now that I have a little bit more time, that my college job's kind of wrapped up the term, I'm really gonna try to catch back up with everybody, and you're gonna start getting some more information from me. So I'm gonna be using this YouTube channel as a home base, because for a couple reasons, but the main one is because I'm planning on recording, and I already have recorded tons of really long files, which hopefully you'll enjoy. Like I did some documentary reviews that we're going to watch together, and like I got like a bunch of articles that I'm reading and trying, because what I don't want to do is you come in and you sign on the first day, and it's like, here's the 900 things you have to read and then write 5 papers, and you're like, I got 3 weeks to do this. It's like, this isn't going to be that kind of course. This is going to be the kind of course where, when I'm saying a learning experience, I'm really going to try to push myself to actually try to do that. I want you to try to engage some of this stuff, and I'm going to give you some options and how you're going to engage it, right? So I'm going to have like some core basically like a core thing each week, and then a bunch of things that are related to that idea, whether we're talking about self or whether we're talking about kind of human evolution and behavioral society and all that kind of thing, or whether we're talking about the kind of bread and circus and social media, did Rosetta Stone last piece. So each week I'm going to kind of have this longer presentation lecture, and then I'm going to have a whole bunch of supportive elements to try to create this idea, because I know it's like it's weird for both sides of this for us to think of. I've never done a course in 3 weeks either, and so what I'm really trying to do is my heart's at the point of where I'm trying to like really give you the value of a full course, but create it in a way that's digestible, engageable, and where the assignments are going to be more like, okay, now we've went through this documentary, and like, how do you think this relates to this, or what's an idea that you would pull in to help make this idea even stronger, or whatever. But you notice it's kind of like this analysis and utilization, or this like implication of the ideas, is where I'm going to be focused on, because like you can probably imagine, in 3 weeks it's not going to be like 3 big papers and all you're doing is like looking for resources. It's like that would kind of defeat the purpose to me. In my mind, the idea of this course is for you to, well, for us to kind of go into some interesting areas, and for you to kind of go the direction with some of your own projects in this, because basically my idea is to have them having these 3 big things. So 3 of your things will be related to those presentations, and then 2 of them will be related. I'm doing this one called Philosophies of Mind, and then this other one called Century of Self. So I have kind of 2 projects and then 3 like lecture review related activities. And I'm going to let you have the option of, maybe you review the lecture and then you want to do like a quick video response to the questions I've laid out, and you can kind of do it right there. It's like, I want to try to get away from this idea of like the only way to evaluate learning is like research papers, because especially for a lot of you, like you've probably been doing research papers all year. You can do research papers. The students that have had me before know that I try to push a little bit for creative forms of expression too, and I value that, and that's going to continue with this course. So I just wanted to make this video to just, more than anything else, not necessarily even give a specific update, but just the update is that this has my full attention and I'm close. I basically have a lot of the recording done and almost all of the content development done, and in another week or so, I'm going to be able to give you a really graphed out plan and specifically what the ideas are. But like, I'm very conscious of time and of the fact that the course is going to feel like it's over before it starts, almost just because it's only 3 weeks. And so I'm really, if you come in and you have a positive attitude and you're willing to put some work in and engage some, I'm going to be making videos, I'm going to be making podcast content. I'll make, um, and for some things, I'm going to kind of like do a video of it, but also have it available as audio. So if, like, say you're cleaning the house and you want to like listen to the lecture and do something functional, or like go for a walk or something, or maybe that specific article you'd rather just read, and I'll have the PDF too. So I'm going to try to make it kind of malleable for different learning styles to whatever degree to the best degree I can within this confine of 3 weeks, and not trying to, it's, as you can probably guess from my perspective, it's a delicate balance because I don't want to make it, it has to have the value and also have the almost like immediate applicability, because we don't want to be wasting tons of time with like me giving some complicated assignment, people not understanding, there being a bunch of back and forth. All of a sudden that takes like 4 days out of the 3 weeks, right? So I'm really focusing on making assignments clear and specific and giving you some flexibility. And then it's basically going to be, there's going to be basically 5 things. My idea is to basically have 5 things, each is worth 20%. Going to keep the marking pretty straightforward, right? And I think the students have had me before know I'm a pretty fair marker. Like if you try hard and approach this course honestly and with intent, there's no reason you can't do well. And if what I want to push you a little bit, right? Like we're going to be looking at things like Freud's Society and Civilization and its Discontent, and it's like that's a pretty tough essay, but like I want to walk through it with you, and you can have questions and you can challenge things and all that kind of stuff. I want to really encourage creative thinking and critical thinking in the sense of like being willing to challenge ideas and learn how to frame arguments, and also learn how arguments are being framed towards you. That's kind of a major piece of this, and we're really going to look at this. And I just finished recording this. I can say this piece. I just finished recording this basically 4-part film review exercise that I want to do with you. And I'm almost saying too much already, but because they want me to not, because the thing is right, like I can totally understand how some of you are like, well, can you just give us like the readings or something now because you have some time now and stuff. But like they're really specific on how for this style of course they want it to be contained in 3 weeks and not have this like huge setup, because if people join later, there's like I kind of forget, just because I'm doing this live, the specific reason, or not live but in one shot. Live down there at the bottom is kind of in quotes, there should be, because live meaning one shot, because what I'm basically doing is using, you might find it interesting, I'm basically using this software that like a lot of podcasters use, but instead of streaming it or whatever, I'm just saving it as an MP4, and then I can upload it to the channel. Oh yeah, I didn't even say this. One of the main reason I like to put the videos on YouTube is because there's no size limits and it just goes up so easy. And I just kept hitting like walls with the Blackboard system of like my files being too big and having to take this one off, so that you can probably understand, right? So with YouTube, it's limitless, and then I'm just putting like the link in Blackboard. But having said that, you're not going to have to go to YouTube at all if you don't really want to, because everything's going to be hyperlinked into the course site by the time the 24th comes. My goal is like the 24th. You can't see the folders now in Econ, I don't think, on Blackboard because they're all hidden, but like I want you to log in there on the 24th and just like boom, the whole course. And it's like, I hope that this is my dream as the teacher, right? You might not think it's as cool, but I hope you're like, oh, cool, and start looking into stuff, watch some of the videos, you're taking some notes, you start working on your assignments almost right away. And it's like that kind of thing, not, I guess my point is that I'm very conscious of the uniqueness of this delivery method, and I'm trying to really craft towards that. All right. That got way more rambly. I thought that this was going to be 1 minute and that was 10 minutes, but you know, anyways, see you soon. My whole point of this was just please don't worry too much. I'm very aware of how this is going to be experienced by you, and I'm trying to craft it with that in mind. All right, catch you soon. Here's the outro, same one as the intro, but I'm still building my stockpile of video clips here. Yeah, it's interesting because I've been playing around a lot with this. I've recorded tons of stuff that I'm about to show you, but I'm just trying to do this idea of building it all up and having a release date on the 24th, almost like an album or something, mixtape or something. But anyways, see you then, and have a great day. I hope you're excited about the course. If you have specific questions, it's like I'm going to get the syllabus. I know that people are worried about that, but a couple quick things. There's no textbook. All the resources that are going to be needed, I'm going to make available. All the PDFs and articles and all that stuff, I got it all through your Nipsing library, so I can copyright wise and stuff, I can just share I was looking into it because it's like I'm going to just share the documents. I don't want, in this 3-week course, I don't want you almost spending any time related to this course doing things like looking for stuff. I want you just like engaging the content, responding to it, engaging the content, responding to it, engaging the content, responding to it like 5 times. Course is done. You've hopefully had a cool experience, learned a few things. I've got to meet you, got to see some of your cool work, and then this human, and the other thing is like human learning and development. Then on like the course site, it's like on the what do they call it, web advisor, it's like behavioral and mental health, and it's like I think the people in scheduling, or not maybe scheduling, but anyways, there's just been some play around with what the name has been, but I've been the teacher the whole time for 403. We can just call it CHFS and then Psych 4306. Seems like the subheading name keeps changing, but it hasn't really changed how I've been creating content. I've had an idea of what I wanted to do with this course for a while now. All right, so that ramble added 2 more minutes, but I hope you're excited. I'm super excited, and I'm really hoping that I can, over this next week and a half or so, create something cool for you. And my life's kind of interesting now, right? Because I have I don't know if all of you know this, but I have a 4.5-year-old daughter, and she's home now full time like everybody else's kids. So that's it's created this weird scenario where a lot of the recording I'm doing for your class is like late at night, and I also have, my wife's also some of you know this too, but like 7.5 months pregnant now with our second kid. So my wife goes to bed pretty early, and so does my daughter. So a lot of my recordings kind of down here at night, and I think you're going to enjoy this class, especially if you kind of come to the class thinking that I'm approaching it from the perspective of like, I know that a lot of you have studied psychology and you've been exposed to a lot of these ideas. And I think where I can maybe help add another layer is how this fits into broader social conversations, especially around things like mass psychology. All right. See you soon.